Okay, I think we're gonna start. I'm recording over here as well because I don't really know how to record the Zoom yet. Still kind of new to all this Zoom stuff. Oh my God, I gotta get this stuff out of my way. Okay, here we go. It's amateur hour over here. All right. So welcome and thanks to everyone who signed on. I have two cameras, so I don't really know what to look at here. This is my recording camera. Thanks for everyone who joined or is here. Good morning and good afternoon, whatever time it is. This is what we're working with here. I mean, I just had a really rough commute home yesterday. I mean, not true. Really, it was pretty easy. I just started super early in the morning and was a little hungover, and so I passed out in the middle of the day and then woke up at a weird hour, got some weird sleep last night. So this is what we're working with here. This is what we got. I know you guys don't care. So anyway, welcome to the meeting. This is going to be our new meeting time. Every Monday, 10:30 a.m. East Coast time, and what is that, Eastern time? I don't even know what it's called. And then following will be our 11 a.m. live workout. Throughout the week, I will try to do some other live workouts as well. It's been a lot of fun. Whoever's been joining those, it's great. It's good. You know, sometimes you're just kind of like, oh, I don't want to work out. But then if someone's holding you accountable, like, I'm going to be there, it's like, yeah, I'll be there. All right. So topic of the day is kind of what's been going on with me. I am feeling a little rough today because I was drinking a little bit too much yesterday, had a couple more mini cheesecakes than I needed. And so I'm feeling a little fluffy today. So that is going to happen, guys. It's the holidays. Aside from the holidays, I just went through a shitty breakup, and so I'm sad, and sometimes I have moments of weakness. So this is going to happen, guys, okay? So what I really wanted to talk about today was that sometimes you're going to eat that thing that you know, that extra thing, or drink an extra glass of wine or whatever your drink of choice is. And the next day, you're going to feel kind of crappy about yourself. Or maybe you skipped your workout, you know? So we are going to plan ahead, okay? So part of these check-ins is giving you guys a little bit of homework. Just to work on yourself. You got to kind of buckle in and change your mindset, because that is actually the biggest part about this. You can do your workouts, you can get on your nutrition plan, but if you haven't fixed this, none of this is going to follow. So things are going to happen. That's life. Whether you are going through a hard time or not, stuff is going to happen. Stuff's going to be thrown at you, and you're going to eat an extra thing, or something's going to happen, and then your initial thought is going to be like, I suck. Why did I do that? I may as well quit. I mean, we're so far in at this point now. I've eaten an entire bag of chips now, so I may as well just give up. It's like the end. Don't fall into that trap. That is your subconscious mind doing two things. One, it's giving you a reason. It is giving you the reason to quit. It is giving you the out by doing that. And two, you have trained your subconscious mind at this point to not believe in you, to not trust you, because you have done this before where you have started and fallen off, and so your subconscious doesn't trust you anyway. So you need to get your conscious mind in there and realize that these things will happen and have a plan of action. So basically, what's going to happen is you're going to do one of those things, X, Y, and Z, not do your workout, whatever, and then subconscious mind's coming in and telling you you're the crap and that you're garbage. Your conscious mind needs to be like, yo, I know I haven't been very trustworthy and I just did this thing, but I'm doing much better than I was before. I mean, if I'm even doing a workout this week, that's better than last week. I didn't do any, or, the me before wasn't doing any workouts. This is a new thing, guys. So especially if you haven't been working out at all, if you have not been on any sort of nutrition plan at all, if you're doing any of it during the week, you're already doing better than you were before. So think about that. Think about that. Even if you ate like crap the whole week and you only did one of your workouts, that's already one more workout and one more day of better nutrition than you were the week before. And maybe that's not where you want to be, but it is a step closer. So please celebrate you doing any sort of good thing for yourself. Always celebrate, even the smallest things. So that's one thing. The next thing I wanted to talk about is drinking, which goes in with that. So drinking is a depressant. And that is something that is a true fact. We all learned it in health class that it is a depressant, and it's going to chemically make you feel shitty about yourself the next day, no matter what, or shitty about something. So I was definitely feeling that yesterday. I was thinking about my ex when I haven't been. I mean, I've been thinking, but I was thinking sad thoughts about him yesterday, and I was feeling shitty about myself for eating extra cheesecakes and feeling really fluffy and, X, Y, and Z, just the whole thing. And I knew it was because I had been drinking the night before. It's not because I am a shitty person. It is not because I want to get back together with my ex. It's not because, I'm the worst and I've completely ruined my diet. That's another thing, guys. One day of eating shitty and one day of not working out is not going to ruin your progress. Know that you guys are already so far in the game and you're doing a great thing for yourself. If you're even showing up today just to be on this call and that's all you do today, you are doing something better for yourself. Please, please, please celebrate yourself in doing those little things. It's so important because it means that you want to change. It means that you want something good for you, and that is awesome. So just know that if you're going to be adding drinking into the mix, it's not, it seems like a crazy thing to not drink at all, but I'm not going to be drinking again until Christmas. I'm not, because I know that, one, it makes me feel like garbage in the morning. Two, it is a depressant and I'm going through a shitty time right now. And so I have to weigh my options here, do I want to have like a fun, uninhibited night of like ridiculousness with someone, with friends. But then that means that I'm going to feel like garbage the next day. My workout's going to be harder. I'm going to feel like shit about myself. I may eat something that I don't want to. There's so many more things. There's so many more cons for drinking for me right now than there are pros. So I am clipping that out of my life until a celebratory night, keeping it as a once in a little while kind of a thing, because I know for me, especially right now in my mindset, it's not what's good for me. That may not be your plan. That may not be what you want for you. I'm not saying that any of you have to do that. I am just letting you know what my situation is, full disclosure, and let you know where my mindset is and why, and, just giving you information about drinking, that you already know this, that it is a depressant, but that you need to, again, just like falling off track and doing all those other things, you need to have a plan of action. If you know you're going to be drinking, know for the next day to have something good and positive set up for you. Number one, workout. Even if your workout is not scheduled, I promise you, you will feel better. Even if you're like super hungover, you're like, I can't even imagine moving right now. You guys have Beachbody on Demand. You don't have to do a Lift 4 workout the next day if you're like, I will puke if I do that. I mean, I understand if you do some HIIT workout after being hungover, you might throw up. Like that's a real situation. Maybe you can't do that, but you have all of these other programs and all of these other workouts available to you. You don't need to stick to the plan. You only have to do 4 of these workouts a week to get through, this program. There are 3 other days that are rest days, but you can do something else. So, for instance, there is yoga, there's PIO, there's all these other things that will get your body moving, and maybe not in a way where you will like puke on yourself. You know what I mean? So, or even if you want to just do just the lifting part of the, whatever it is, you got to get your blood moving. You got to, flowing. You got to get your body moving. You got to make yourself sweat a little. Those endorphins will counteract that depressant. I promise you. It is hands down the best thing for you if you are feeling a little blue from the drinking situation the night before. The next thing is do something great for yourself. Like I love to take bubble baths and do face masks, phone a friend. I love calling a friend that's funny. Sometimes I'll text Sam. I'll be like, send me something funny. I feel like garbage, something like that. Watch a fun TV show. I hang out with my dog. Oh my God. Hanging out with animals it gives you a lot of great, fun chemicals like the endorphins and all those things. So, just set yourself up for a good day. The whole point being that you don't want to indulge in these things and then berate yourself the next day, because that is a black hole that you will fall down and it will completely throw you off track. So, we're planning ahead here. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of goes hand in hand with that, and that is our habits. So, there's a great book by Brendan Burchard that I'm reading right now. I didn't bring it with me. Something about habits. Crap, sorry I didn't bring it with me. I'll post it later what it is. But it talks about your habits, and one of the things that happens is basically there's something that happens, you are triggered by it, and then there's an action. So you need to kind of become aware of what those triggers are ahead of time so that you can change your action. I will give you an example. So for instance, I'm a flight attendant. When I am in the back galley and we have like a delay or a diversion or some sort of thing that was not planned, I immediately will grab a cheese plate or a snack pack or something and stuff food into my face. So it's like something's not going as planned. I'm pissed about it or annoyed by it, and that's my trigger. I go for food. So now that I know that, this is one of those things that I've written down. Write these things down because they will become more, your brain will read them and hear them. And I've written that down. My new plan of action is I will drink a 33 ounce of Dasani water instead. So, and if I'm still hungry after that, then I will have a cheese plate. But that is my new plan of action. So there are certain things that will happen in our lives that are going to trigger us to drink something extra, eat something extra, not work out. I want you guys to write those things down. What are the things that will happen in life that will trigger you to binge eat, to eat something extra, to drink too much, all of those things? What are the triggers in your life? And what else can you do instead? What's a new plan of action? Now, you may not always stick to it, so don't berate yourself for that, but know that you're working on it. Like, congratulate yourself for at least writing it down and being aware of it. You know, our subconscious mind is running the show here, and we need to bring our conscious mind back into the picture so that we can be prepared for these moments. And what was the last thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, the book. Okay, so I did not read the 3 chapters. I will be, full disclosure, I did not read the 3 chapters, but I've read this book like 3 times already. But what I did read, and what I wanted to talk about was chapter 1, My Subconscious Made Me Do It. So this kind of ties hand in hand with today's topic. I did so much highlighting. What did I want to say? Okay, so this is kind of the overview. Our subconscious mind contains the blueprint of our lives. It's running the show based on the unfiltered information it gathers. When we were kids, otherwise known as our beliefs. Number 2, we are, for the most part, completely oblivious to these subconscious beliefs that are running our lives. And number 3, when our conscious minds finally develop and show up for the work, no matter how big and smart and highfalutin they grow to be, I just pronounced that word wrong, sorry. They're still being controlled by the beliefs we're carrying around in our subconscious minds. So our subconscious mind thinks it's in control, but it isn't. I'm sorry, our conscious mind thinks it's in control, but it isn't. Our subconscious mind doesn't think about anything, but it is completely in control. So that is like the number one thing to think about at this stage of the game. Know that your subconscious mind has been trained to basically not believe you and not it doesn't trust you, because we've done this time and time again, and we've shown it that we always fall off. And so now it already believes and already knows that we will not succeed in this. So that is why bringing our conscious mind into this game and setting ourselves up for being prepared for those moments of like something's going to happen, and having a plan of action. And the most important part is to celebrate your small little victories, little things, because eventually your subconscious mind will see that and be like, okay, all right, I can believe you a little bit more. I can believe you a little bit more. If you believe in yourself, your subconscious mind will too. So, what else did I wanted to say? Okay, so the first key to ridding yourself of limiting conscious belief is to become aware of them. Because until you're aware of what's really going on, you'll keep working with your conscious mind to solve a problem that's buried far beneath it in your subconscious, which is an exercise of futility. So take a minute. This is another part of your homework. God, I hate saying that. And write down some of these limiting beliefs. Like I wrote down money, and here's some of my limiting beliefs about it. We'll never have it. We'll never be financially secure. We'll always worry about it. Always in debt. Spend beyond my means and never be able to ask for it. Food. Eat when you're... what? I don't know what that says. Sorry. Always finish with what's in front of you. Eat when everyone else is eating, even when you're not hungry. Anything can be made into a special occasion, and always eat whenever we want, whatever we want on special occasions. So I just wrote down a few things about a couple of things that I have limiting beliefs on. Just like, it doesn't need to be like in any sort of form. This is just to become aware of those limiting beliefs. All right, I think that's all the time we have. Sorry, I talked for like the longest time ever. I don't know if any of it made any sense, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. I wanted you to become a little bit more aware of these moments that are going to happen. And so if you don't do anything today, write down a couple of things that that will probably happen to you. Write down what those triggers are and what your action will now be. What your action is at this point for those triggers, and change your course of action, and maybe what some of those limiting beliefs are surrounding some of those things like food and exercise and things like that. Just to become aware. That's kind of our purpose and our goal today. for this week is to become aware of those things, bring our conscious mind into it, and not be hard on ourselves about these things, because already we're doing something so good for ourselves. Even if you just show up and watch this video today, you've done something good for you today, okay? Last thing, before we get into the workout, guys, this is so important. This is your weight progression tracker. If you haven't printed this out, this is the actual calendar that came with the program if you ordered the Lift 4 package, which I think only one of you did. So if you did, then you have this. If not, there's a printable version in the when you go onto Beachbody On Demand into the program materials, it's right there. It's that weight progression tracker. So this week you should have written down all of the weights. Oh my God, I'm not even showing it to you. All of the weights that you started with, and we're gonna go on to next week into our weight progression so that we can see, guys, we can see what happens by week 8. There is not a section for the tricep push-up, but I wrote it down at the end, at the bottom. I would write down how many full ones I could do on my feet, not on my knees. And by the time we get to week 8, you'll be so happy when you see how much that has changed. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm gonna sign off and then sign back on for the live workout. Join me if you can. And that's it. I will see you guys next week. Have a really great week and stay focused on your conscious things, and be good to you. Be proud of you, because I am. All right, talk to you guys later.